Greetings, all my fellow citizens of Citadel. It is I, your mayor. I've called forth this assembly to bring forth and get opinions on something. As we all know, we have been living in the bunkers for the past 2 weeks. Half of the time has already passed for us for Delta Hunter to be handed over to Caroline. Due to his whereabouts being unknown and with the military not being able to locate him from the festival ground or his house or even any signs of a possible disappearance as to when. What they have told me is that around the time they came up, they saw that the house had been ransacked, with a few belongings gone missing of Delta's, and when they arrived there was a pile of bodies. It seems as though the minions had arrived the minions of Caroline had arrived at Delta's house, and anyone who had arrived there, unbeknownst to them, weren't. I'm pretty sure they weren't expecting to see those things there so soon. So we lost a few lives there. Based on the wounds, it could only be the minions. Thanks to a few soldier survivals from a few raided bases of theirs, they've been able to identify what the minions at least look like. Based on what they told me, the minions are six-legged, kind of with spider-like legs, and they have 4 limbs with their 4 limbs not being hands, but more so being, in a sense, they have arms, but their hands are just weapons. Out of the 4, it has a pickaxe, a mallet, an axe, and what appears to be a dagger. Most of the wounds there shows that limbs were torn off and pieces were... Sorry, it's a little hard to talk about when I would show images, but due to a lot of young ones being here as well, I don't think that'd be wise. What I am allowed to show is some footage that they had given to us, because apparently there's something else amongst those minions. They have dug the names and called it the Armored Predator. This Armored Predator of sorts seems to be taking out minions as it passes by. It saved a few soldiers from the minion raids raiding them, which is why they were able to identify them. It's moving too fast on the footage to identify, so we were hoping that at the very least anyone with a good eye amongst our citizens in C District would be able to tell us. We've already asked A and B District, and nothing has come up from them. Right now we are showing C District and following suit. If nothing is shown here, well, even if someone figures something out, we will still be showing it to D District, just in case anyone has any extra information, if any at all. So if my assistant would care to please put on the footage that, right. As my assistant is putting up the footage on the screen, the military has also authorized all districts to have live footage of all of their bases in case of another minion raid. The soldier's weapon seems to be utterly useless against them, so relying on the Armored Predator is a major deal. If anyone can figure something out, please speak up. We need to be able to identify what this thing is to possibly gain some sort of edge against these minions. Okay, now if you all take a quick look at the screen, I'm pretty sure all of you can witness what exactly I'm talking about. As the citizens of C District take onward, they see an armored figure taking down multiple minions as the soldiers take cover. So, they have cameras on him? I better head home now and let him know. It'd be bad if he decides to take off his mask or drop his power. Noble runs off away from the crowd and heads back home. As the rest of the civilians watching, unbeknownst to them, Delta taking down every single minion that's coming across him, preventing any further minion getting any closer to the soldiers that have either taken damage or have fallen. As the minions start swarming him, Delta reacts. Alright, you pieces of crap, if you're really looking for a fight, then you've got one! Delta takes his fighting stance and prepares himself for the horde. Alright, let's see if all my training has done anything. As Delta rushes into the horde, he starts getting himself surrounded. As one of the minions gets closer, it tries to use one of its arms to stab Delta with his dagger. As the minion tries stabbing Delta, the sword recoils, unable to penetrate Delta's armor. As Delta takes notice of this, he focuses all of his energy into his right hand, forms a sword, and quickly slashes at the demon's head, chopping it off. Before it's able to regenerate, Delta grabs the neck where the head was chopped off and releases an immense amount of flames, burning the skin to a crisp and throwing the minion into the others. As two more try to pounce him from behind, he sharpens his wings and stretches them and stabs both of the minions successfully through their chests and through their heads. Delta, using the wings that penetrate the minions, he throws them up into the air and forms more energy into both of his hands, generating two whips. As Delta wraps both of the whips around the minions, he combines both of the whips and concentrates them into his right hand. He starts spinning it around like a mace and starts swinging at the other minions. Delta, not giving pace, increases his power output and starts viciously tearing apart the next horde of minions. Alright, let's try this. Blazing Bravery Primal! On Delta's right and left hand, the end of his gauntlets form claws. As he rushes into the horde, he starts cutting and ripping the limbs off of multiple demons. Slamming his foot into one of the demons, he rips one of the limbs off with the axe and tosses it to one of the others, making contact to the head. As Delta rushes in and strikes the last minion in the chest, causing a hole to form inside of it. As the last minion falls, all the other minions erode and evaporate into thin air. Delta vanishes before the camera can get any closer on him, and the video ends. as all of you can see, that unknown creature is capable of taking down the minions. Though, due to the intensity of of the armored predator, the camera could not get any closer without it being caught in the crossfire. So we are unable to get any audio or any traces of a human voice. It seems to be somewhat intelligent, being able to create things out of thin air and being able to move those wings that it appeared to have. Does anyone have, in the crowd with us right now, does anyone have an idea on what this thing is? You can chat amongst yourselves, but please, if any of you know anything, please speak up. Well, what do you think? I think it's crazy. I mean, how are the military's weapons not being able to do anything to those minions? It seems unthinkable. And then that thing comes along and is able to mostly one-shot those things? Yeah, no, there's gotta be something at play here. Are you sure that's the case? I mean, why would the military officers willingly allow themselves to get injured if this was just for some type of show? And besides, I'm pretty sure the fact that Caroline girl, based on what the military informed us, the entire festival ground for the returning festival was destroyed. Nothing was left. I don't think that would be a hoax. Not to mention the mass number of bodies that have been found at Delta's house for the people who tried to at least try to get to him. That way they didn't have to worry about the minions. I see where you're coming from, but there's got to be something else, right? I mean, the government, the U.S. military is is the most powerful thing here in the U.S. I mean, them not being able to do anything to those minions is kind of insane. Well, let's not forget the fact that Caroline girl was flying. And some people had even said, from people who weren't paying attention to the program, did see her flying above the festival ground. Let's not forget all the tremors that were felt before the broadcast came on. That armored predator thing must have been fighting her. Wasn't it? Didn't some people say that someone was killed and said to be stabbed right through the chest? Yeah, but everyone was too shocked and in a hurry that no one really paid attention to who it was. What people said is it was definitely one of the students, but no one can figure out who it was. Well, what about... no, that wouldn't make much sense either. Maybe there's something else at play. I mean, maybe there is something else at play, but what if there isn't? What if, like, this armored predator thing is the only thing that could possibly protect us? The thing that bugs me, though, is that it didn't even bother saying to even wait. It didn't even decide to wait for reinforcements to arrive. It just vanished. Well, got away at the very least. I don't think that armored predator thing, or whatever it is. I think its main goal is to just take down the minions. I don't think it has any desire to help any of the soldiers or anyone else that gets caught out there. That would be troublesome. I apologize to my citizens. As we were talking, we are getting some live footage for a group of minions raiding another base. Are we putting that on? That way, in case the armored predator slips up, all of you can get a good visual on it. If you could please. As the mayor's assistant puts on the live footage, all of them witness the minions raiding one of the military's hideouts in Citadel. The minion based on what a few soldiers have said, the armored predator tends to show up when there's raiding within at least under a minute to 2. So it shouldn't be that long before it shows up. As all the citizens crowded up in front of the projection witness the raid, the armored predator, aka unbeknownst to them, Delta, arrives and starts taking down the horde. We turn our attention towards the actual location to hear anything that could happen at this raid. Really? Two raids in a row. You guys are really getting quite anxious, aren't you? Delta stands in front of the soldiers as the horde of minions rushes him. We're really doing this, huh? Not that I mind. I need to get stronger quickly before things are too late. Delta tightens his right fist and winds it back up. As he puts his left hand in front of him, he starts to aim. Let's see if this new technique was all about worth it. As Delta's right arm starts shaking, a huge amount of force starts emitting from his right arm, creating small shockwaves. Let's try this. Delta Gauntlet! As Delta releases his fist straight on, he releases a shockwave from his fist, piercing multiple of the minions all at once, taking out at least a third of the horde. Okay, that technique works. Okay, all that's left to do now is just take down all these dang monsters. All these dang minions. Delta rushes into the horde as he generates 2 swords into both hands. Alright, let's see what you guys can do. You guys have been getting a little slower as of late, or am I just getting stronger? Delta jumps up high and dives back downwards as he takes down multiple of the minions, cutting off multiple pieces of their body. Come on, that can't be all you guys got. Blazing bravery, primal! Delta generates his hands into claws as he rushes into the horde once again. As he starts ripping them apart, his mouth guard widens and opens up as he latches on to one of the minions' necks and rips a piece off of its neck right off. Okay, that at least works. As he eradicates the minion, more start swarming him in massive numbers. Delta disperses his claws on his hand and forms 2 gauntlets around his arms. Back to back, Delta Crash! Delta quickly, consecutively, and successfully strikes down multiple minions and watches as all of them turn into dust and then to air. Delta keeps up his assault as more of the minions start hoarding around him. Delta, not relenting for one little bit, picks up the pace and starts taking down more of the minions as quickly as he can. As the soldiers are looking on, one of them picks up the radio and starts speaking through it. Delta, not paying attention, continues his pace and finishes off more of the minions. As he finishes within the blink of an eye, Delta finishes off the last minion and watches it as it turns to dust, then to air. You guys are getting slower every single time I fight. I'm definitely getting stronger, and the numbers of you guys are increasing as well. While Delta continues evaluating himself, he hears a buzz on his earpiece. Yo, what's up? Okay. That's not good. Yeah, I know. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I'll be more careful. Alright, thanks for the heads up. As Delta is about to fly off, reinforcements arrive and a few soldiers start aiming their weapons at Delta. As Delta turns around to see this, he just Delta face palms and scratches his head as he decides to wait this out. He crosses his arms and waits for someone to speak up. After a few minutes, someone approaches past the fellow soldiers. Now then, can you speak, armored predator? What do you want? So you can speak. That's good. What is your business with taking out these minions? To gain strength. And what purpose is there to attain that said strength? To take down Caroline. It appears we have some sort of a common goal here. But at the same time, a misunderstanding. Caroline is on our watch, meaning we will take her down, not you. You can say that, but does it look like I care? I mean, look at the last couple weeks. None of your soldiers with their weapons have even put in a scratch on the minions. Ever since I showed up in the second week, I've been mauling through them. Decreasing their numbers. Well, not so much decreasing, since each horde tends to be bigger and bigger from the last, but not the point. Your weapons don't have the necessary firepower. Are you sure you guys actually have this under control? Don't question what we can do. Oh, I'm questioning it. I'm questioning every single bit of it. Because what it looks like is you're fighting a losing battle, and you just don't realize it yet. Where do you stand to disrespect us? Do you know who I don't care? I don't care who you are. You don't know who I am. I mean, you're gonna find out in a little, and you're gonna find out soon enough. But for the record, I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter to me. The last time I put my faith in U.S. a police officer, they failed. Very, very much so. So I'm not gonna make the same mistake with a military officer. Listen to me when I say this. You're just getting in my way. You have no chance of hurting Caroline. More so because if you can't put a single dent on one of those minions, do you honestly expect to take her out? I'm pretty sure not even a missile could do so. You stand no chance against her. Either continue to get in my way, or save all the soldiers that have been injured and hide in some of the bunkers. I don't care which ones you go to. It doesn't matter to me. But now that I say it out loud, your man pride has you probably feel like your man pride is being tested. So you're probably still going to try to challenge me. This isn't a challenge. It's a warning. You stand no chance against Caroline. If you're really looking to throw away more lives, go on, keep fighting. But for the record, you stand a no chance against the minions, you stand no chance against me, and you certainly and most definitely stand no chance against Caroline. Take all your soldiers, hide in the bunkers, and wait there. I don't even know why you're bothering to put so much work for the civilians of Citadel. These people are not worth protecting. They're all pieces of garbage. There are only a very few, select number of people that I would say are actually good people. But that number is very small. So if you excuse me, I'll be making my leave. Before the military officer can attest to this, Delta vanishes within the blink of an eye. Where does that kid? Where's that thing honestly get off telling me what to do? Sorry, can anyone speak up for this? Anyone at all? If you do not wish to speak up or want to show up privately, please show up at my estate sometime today. You all may leave now. As all the citizens make their way back home, we turn our attention back towards Delta as nighttime falls. As he makes his way into the old emergency exit, he enters C District and quickly rushes inside the designated noble Hammer residence. As he gets in, he sees the door opening. We're showing right on time, huh? Delta powers down from his extra night and takes a seat on the bed. Oh man, today has been a long one. I've had to deal with 5 raids today. 5? That's 2 more than last week. Yeah, Caroline is definitely mass producing these things, and she's definitely trying to make things hard on me, but I'm getting stronger with the day. Even if she is increasing the number of those hordes, I've been taking them faster and faster, even though they're getting bigger. Don't say it. I know what you're gonna say, don't say it. Just give me my food and my homework. I can't believe you actually thought to bring a printer down here. Hey, a man's gotta be prepared. Alright, well, I'm done anyway. Already? It's only been 10 minutes. Sure, I may be an outcast, but I always did have good grades at the very least. And this whole situation is making me really try here, so... Did you see that broadcast, that live footage of when you contacted me? Yeah, it was also on the TV for some homes. Yeah, I saw it. You really trash-talked that officer. Hey, I had to do what I had to do. As much as I don't like any U.S. official, I'm not going to let someone die. Well, I don't really care if they die. I gave him a warning, but his man pride was challenged based on what you're telling me what happened. Based on what you told me what happened after I left. So, he's got to throw away more lives of those soldiers. Man, it's sad, but what can you do? I gave him a warning, he's choosing to ignore it, and more people are going to die because of him. Have you gone over to Celeste's house yet lately? Don't get me wrong, dude. Wait, why are you asking me this? So I was right, you do have a thing for her. Okay, so we're going there, huh? Come on. I'm only a year younger, and maybe a year younger than you, but that doesn't mean I can't poke fun at you. Whatever, dude. Okay, yes, I have a thing for it, but I'm not going to do anything as of right now due to, well, you know. Okay, fair enough, but come on, dude, you should at least say something. If I manage to win against Caroline, I'll say something then. But until then, no. Okay, I want to focus on dealing with her. Fair enough. Oh, God. What am I going to do now? The raids are getting those military bases are getting trashed. I mean, it's at least making things narrow for where the next raid will possibly be. And based on where the raids are, they're getting closer to Sea District, meaning, this is not going to be good. Hey, you said the plan before was to wait for the night before, because then they're going to be the morning of the final day, because that's when they'll be locking up the door to the bunker permanently, right? Because, well, worst coming to worst. Yeah, I'll be making my presence known then. Are you really sure about revealing yourself? Look, dude, no one has any power over me. The only person who does is Caroline, but I'm going to do what I can to finish this. I have to. If I end up winning, then I'll deal with it then. But, I mean, are you backing out? No. I got your back, man. Thanks. Well, I guess good night for now. I need to rest up for tomorrow. Yeah, you need as much shut-eye as you can get. Take it easy, man. You too. Noble lies down on his bed after a successful day of taking out multiple hordes and dealing with raids at military bases. Delta's progress seems to be going quite well, but at the rate he's going, can he achieve the strength he requires in order to defeat Caroline? Put her down for good. Find out within the next few episodes of Hunter History.